الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله رب العالمين بارئ الخلائق أجمعين باعث الأنبياء والمرسلين ثم الصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا وحبيب قلوبنا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد
وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين. Brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Tonight my speech consists of two parts. The first part, inshallah, I will be reflecting on a hadith from Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq alayhi salatu wa salam, and in the second part of my speech will mention a mas'ala fiqhiyya, inshallah. A man asked Imam Sadiq alayhi salatu wa salam about Laylatul Qadr, the night of decree. أخبرني عن ليلة القدر كانت أو تكون في كل عام. Tell me about Laylatul Qadr. Was Laylatul Qadr something that had occurred in the past, or it continues to take place every year? فقال أبو عبد الله عليه السلام لو رفعت ليلة القدر لرفع القرآن. The Imam replied with a statement full of wisdom and deep meaning. He said, if Laylatul Qadr were to be removed, the Quran would be removed. Let's reflect on this very short yet powerful statement on the significance of Laylatul Qadr and its continuous presence in our lives. So what does the Imam mean when he says that if Laylatul Qadr were removed, the Quran would be removed? Firstly, the Imam confirms that Laylatul Qadr is not a one-time historical event that only happened during the time of the Prophet ﷺ. Instead, it's an ongoing reality that occurs every year, as long as the Quran remains with us. This also aligns perfectly with the Quran. In Surah Al-Qadr, Allah says, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Inna anzalnahu fi laylatil qadr. Indeed, we sent it down on the night of decree. The Imam links Laylatul Qadr directly to the Quran, showing us that the two are inseparable. Just as the Quran remains an eternal source of guidance for humanity, Laylatul Qadr continues to descend with divine decree, blessings and mercy each year. Laylatul Qadr is not an ordinary night. It's a night filled with immense spiritual power and divine intervention. It's a night better than 1,000 months, meaning that worship on this night has the reward of a lifetime of worship. On Laylatul Qadr, Allah determines the destinies of His servants for the coming year, who will live, who will pass away, who will face challenges, and so on. This means that this night holds the key to our future and will shape the year ahead of us. Now some wonder why Laylatul Qadr continued to happen every year. Did it not serve its purpose when the Quran was first revealed? And the answer is very simple. It's because divine guidance has not stopped. Imam's statement shows us that just as the Quran is a living miracle, remains relevant for all times, guiding us until the day of judgment, Laylatul Qadr also continues to bring divine decree and mercy to humanity. If Laylatul Qadr were to cease, it would mean that divine communication and divine mercy have stopped reaching humanity, a concept that is unthinkable. Understanding the significance of Laylatul Qadr should change the way we approach this blessed night. It's not just a night for passive worship, it's a night of seeking transformation. The Prophet and the Imams have emphasized that Laylatul Qadr is the best opportunity to seek nearness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Brothers and sisters, we do not know how many more Laylatul Qadr we will live to witness. Let's not waste this night. Let's turn to Allah with sincerity, asking for His mercy. May Allah allow us to fully benefit from this blessed night. May He accept our prayers, write us a destiny filled with blessings, forgiveness, and closeness to Him, inshaAllah. Now, in the second part of my speech, I would like to mention the Islamic ruling on eating or drinking by mistake after Adhan al-Fajr or before Adhan al-Maghrib. This ruling is based on the principle that fasting requires certainty regarding the time of suhoor and the time of iftar. So let's expand on the two cases. The first case is that if someone eats or drinks after Adhan al-Fajr due to believing that Fajr has not yet entered, the ruling depends on whether or not they made an effort to verify, to confirm the time of Adhan. So there are two scenarios in the first case about eating after Adhan al-Fajr in the holy month of Ramadan. The first scenario, if they did eat or drink without personally checking, having a valid proof that Fajr has not entered, they've only assumed without confirming, then they must make up the fast of the qada without being liable to pay the kafara. So this is without verifying the time of Adhan. And the second scenario, if they did personally check and they believe that Fajr has not entered, for example by checking the prayer's time or by watching the sky, then their fast will remain valid and qada is not required, even if they were uncertain whether the night had ended. Now the second case is that when someone breaks their fast before Adhan al-Maghrib, believing that night has begun, then they must make up the fast, but they're not liable for kafara. And as an obligatory precaution, this applies even if the mistake was due to natural factors, such as the clouds covering the skies. However, as an even stronger precaution, kafara is also required in addition to offering the qada if they were not absolutely certain the night had entered before eating. Now this ruling emphasizes the importance of certainty in fasting times and highlights the difference between mistakes made out of neglect versus those made after genuine confirmation. And the slight difference in the ruling between Adhan al-Fajr and Adhan al-Maghrib is due to a principle known as the presumption of continuity, قاعدة الاستصحاب, which is one of the practical principles in Islamic laws. In very simple terms, it suggests that if a ruling or a state was established in the past, it's presumed to continue until evidence proves otherwise. So in conclusion, in the first case, eating or drinking after Adhan al-Fajr and with personally having checked the time, in that case, the fast remains valid. Why? Because before Adhan al-Fajr, he is allowed to eat and drink. But with Adhan al-Maghrib, in the second case, before Adhan al-Maghrib, he is not allowed to eat or drink. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة على محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.